Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Saem Eco Soul Contour Palette. This was recommended to me by a lovely viewer, and if I can find the comment I will put it down here. And I was so excited to pick this up, except for the fact that it seemed to be sold out like almost everywhere I looked, which was very annoying. I ended up actually getting this off Rosary Shop for a very good price. It was $10.35, which is way cheaper than pretty much everywhere else, and it is so small, it is so compact. I think that is so cute. So on the hunt for my best sort of contour powders and everything, I have come across this one, and I've just noticed that I can peel off the top layer of this very easily. That's not supposed to be on there because this is supposed to be the one that covers the powders. Okay, there's another thing on the actual mirror itself. Let me just peel that off also. Shows you how much I actually look into the mirrors. Beautiful, look at how beautiful and clean that looks now. Way better. Anyway, so I have been looking for more contour products. I have a few that I like, but I would like more and more variety. So that was the desire to pick up this. Plus the packaging is so small and it's so like, you know, there's 4 colors. That's both a pro and a con, which I will talk to you guys about later. But first the product description. For this one, the product description says, the 4-color face designing palette defines the hidden contours of the face. Provide a shade effect by mixing 3 kinds of shade colors or by using separately. Provide a highlighting effect with a shimmery pearl beige color to make the face look slimmer and definitive. I think they're meaning defined, but that's okay. So for this one, the packaging is really great. It is so small, it is so compact, it comes with a big decent sized mirror, and then it has 4 colors on the inside. Now the pan size of these colors is on the small side, especially if you're using a large contour or bronzing blush brush. So I did find it a little bit tricky to use because of the size, but also it is extremely portable, and honestly the product packaging is so well made. I am astounded. Like, it's got a magnetic closure for the lid, and the actual mechanism of opening and closing this is just so smooth. I just can't get over it. It's also like, I don't know, it sits really flat, so if you put it on like a nice flat surface you can use it easily, or you can sort of prop it up like that, and I'm just so like in love with that little magnetic closure. It's weird. Okay, so I'm going to start out by using the lightest contour shade here, which I actually have never used by itself. I think that this one was probably more a mixing color or something that you could use for like a nose contour more than anything. I feel like used on the cheek I cannot really, nothing really is happening, so it's probably a better used for the nose, I would say, which I will see if I can do at the end of the video once I've done all of the other swatches for like eyeshadow and stuff. Like I've got to do this one, a blush palette, and then some eyeshadows, and then I can mess up the rest of my face. So I'll come back for that probably, and it'll look really strange, but that is what it looks like as a cheek contour. You can see a little bit of shading here where my actual cheekbone is. That's why you can generally see a difference there, but not a huge amount. So that's the lightest shade, and then what I'm going to do is, instead of taking it off, I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the next shade over, which is the middle dark shade, and I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit, because when you've got a contour palette that has so many shades in it, that's a really nice way to use them. So I'm just going to add a little bit more depth by adding a bit more of that in there. My hair is just hating me today, and so you can see a lot more of a contour there. And then what I'm going to do is add just a tiny bit of that deeper shade, just like the tiniest bit. This shade really is way too dark for me, and it's too warm tone for me to be using more as like a contour color as well, because I feel like that looks way too over the top. So like I can blend it more into my hairline, like to make it look a little bit more natural, but honestly I feel like that's just too much. So I really don't have a huge amount of use for this one, and I can't really show you that on my face because it does look so over the top, but I can show you what this little highlight looks like. I love this highlight. I think it's so beautiful. Isn't that just so nice? I hope you guys can see it. I'm going to zoom you in, of course, afterwards. but it's just like the nicest pearlescent beige highlight, which just looks beautiful. So here's what the skin looks like up close. So you can see that highlight just looks so nice. It's not too glittery. It's not so shiny. You can see me from outer space, which I personally really like. And then you can see the contour as well. It's a little bit deep because even that just the touch of the darkest one is just a little bit too much, but you can see that it does blend really nicely. I hope that it looks nicer up close than it does further away, because I know that when I see it when it looks further away, I'm always like, what was that? That's so bad. But yeah, I think that it does look beautiful. I just feel like the colors of the contour specifically are not the best colors for my skin tone. I feel like they're a little bit too warm, although I do quite enjoy that middle color. So that one is my favorite, but I don't really have much use for this one or this one, but I do love this highlight. So the kit is not the best for me, but individually those little shades and that highlight are gorgeous. So just ignore that I've got one eyeshadow done and one not. I'm just going to try to do a nose contour before I take my makeup off. So I'm going to use this lighter colour from the Eco Soul palette, and I'm just going to use this brush, which is clean, trust me, and just go down the sides. Sorry, the sun just went behind the cloud. I think yes, it does work, but for me I feel like it's just like, it looks a little bit too bronzy because it's such a like warm yellowy sort of colour. So yes, it does work. Sorry, that eyeshadow is so distracting right now. I don't know if I made that any better or worse. So yes, it does work, but it's still not my favourite. Honestly, for this product, I want to love it because it is in a really great size for travel. Like I have been going on about, the magnetic closure and like the little hinges on this are so well made. Feels luxurious for very, very little. And I really love that it's got 4 colours and the one highlight. I think that the highlight colour is beautiful. I love it. But I just do not like the 3 contour colours. I don't know what it is about them that I don't like, but I don't think that they are good colours for my skin, and I don't think that they are easy to use. And that makes me so sad because I want to love it so much, but I just don't. I don't know what it is. I feel like this dark brown here, it's much too dark and it's much too warm toned. The middle brown, I think that that's also too warm toned, and then this light brown here, it is quite pale. Like I think it probably could make a good nose contour, but it's too light to be a regular contour for me, and I'm pretty pale. You could mix them together, or you could mix this one and this one, but I feel like for me the tone is off. I just don't enjoy the tone of the product. Someone did say that it was close to the colours of the Too Cool for School art class rodent colours, but I don't think that they're very similar, to be honest. Like, I mean, I could swatch them all, but I guess I can see some similarities. But for me, I think that the Too Cool for School is more cool toned. Although I really do need to go swatch them now just to see. Okay, I'll insert some swatches now. So I swatched all the comparable shades side by side. The left ones are the Saem ones, and the right side of each pair is from the Too Cool for School. So that's the lightest 2 shades, the middle 2 shades, and the darker shades. The darker shades actually match up pretty well, but the 2 lighter ones are pretty different. I can see that the Saem one is a lot more warm toned, and the Too Cool for School is a lot more cool toned. I don't know why I said that one so weird. So overall, I love the packaging. I think that it is a really great, interesting, well-made product, but I just don't like the colours, and I'm so sad about that because I really, really, really wanted to, but I just don't. So can't fake it. But I would recommend it if you are after colours that are like this for your contours, because like I said about a million times, the packaging is so great, so well made. Look at how smooth that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. And the highlight is really, really great. I'm just not the fan of the 3 contour colours. That's all. So thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!